Princess Ingrid Alexandra of Norway is truly one of a kind, as she could become the first woman ever to inherit the throne in an independent Norway. She is second in line after her father Crown Prince Haakon, and is the granddaughter of King Harald and Queen Sonja. From a very young age, she was raised in an atmosphere of deep respect for traditions, while also carving out a reputation as someone with progressive views. In the summer of 2022, Ingrid Alexandra officially reached adulthood. To mark the occasion, King Harald organized a grand celebration that brought together top government officials, members of European royal families, and ordinary citizens. Since then, Ingrid has become increasingly involved in court affairs, continuing the initiatives related to art and children's creativity that her grandmother, Queen Sonja, instilled in her. Riding the wave of public interest, the princess made an unconventional choice. She decided to continue her military training. Usually, high-ranking individuals only drop in for exercises every now and then, but Ingrid joined a unit and began living on a strict military schedule. Immersing herself in the life of ordinary soldiers, she wakes up before dawn, stands guard, and endures snowstorms without any special privileges. Thanks to this approach, people treat her not as an aristocrat, but as an equal, which earns her genuine respect. One especially touching moment was when the princess met her father. Haakon had come to a military exercise in northern Norway to assess the troops' training, but his visit quickly turned into a warm family reunion. It was Ingrid's first time taking part in large-scale exercises. When the prince approached the row of soldiers, the princess was standing among them, blending in with everyone except for her radiant eyes. As soon as their gazes met, all the tension seemed to melt away. Haakon smiled and offered his daughter a hug, making it clear that no rank or title can ever override family bonds. This moment, caught on camera, quickly spread across news channels and social media. Before long, they were both engaged in a friendly conversation. They joked, shared their impressions, and even inspected the equipment that Ingrid had to work with. Despite the strict military setting, a warm, family-like atmosphere surrounded them. Seeing this, Ingrid's fellow soldiers couldn't help but smile. She had always been known for her infectious optimism, but now, standing next to her father, that charm shone even brighter. Moments like these remind everyone that behind all the titles and formal ceremonies lie real human emotions. Norwegians greatly appreciate this openness from their royals, seeing it as proof that the royal family isn't detached from the people. Her comrades in the unit also note her modesty, her readiness to help, and her willingness to share in the hardships of service. She's always curious about how everyone is doing, never asking for special treatment, and serves on the same footing as everyone else. While Ingrid was undergoing her military training, an important political proposal was gaining momentum in Parliament. Originally, the Norwegian constitution stated that only the direct heir to the throne could serve as regent. However, parliamentarians have proposed broadening this rule so that, if for any reason the heir is unavailable, the next in line, provided they have reached the required age, can take on the responsibility. For Ingrid, this means she might one day assume royal duties in place of her father if he falls ill or is away. This change seems entirely logical, especially considering that the princess is viewed as Haakon's natural successor. King Harald, who fully supports his granddaughter's enthusiasm, also sees this idea as a step toward strengthening the monarchy. In the eyes of the people, Ingrid has already become the people's princess. She isn't afraid of challenges, doesn't restrict herself to ceremonial functions, and prefers to experience the country's life even in the harshest climates. Her mother, Mette-Marit, always supports her daughter even though she can't always be present for her successes due to health issues. Yet even from a distance, she provides Ingrid with the moral support she needs. Interestingly, the princess also has a younger brother, Sverre, with whom she shares a wonderful relationship. While the main focus remains on Ingrid, Her popularity throughout the country continues to grow, and people are already envisioning her as a future queen capable of blending tradition with a genuine closeness to ordinary citizens. Ingrid's grandfather, King Harald, looks at her military training with both understanding and pride. After all, such life experiences strengthen the bond between the people and the monarchy, especially when the royal family isn't merely present at official ceremonies, but actually goes through the same trials as everyone else. Haakon is equally pleased that his daughter chose a path that builds her character and helps her understand the needs of the military. According to him, the army teaches young people the values of mutual support and responsibility, qualities without which it would be impossible to govern a country. Soon, the princess's training will come to an end, and she will return to more traditional royal duties. For now, the royal court isn't disclosing her future plans, preferring instead to give her the chance to finish her training and take a breather. However, many experts believe that her role as the future queen will only become more significant, especially if Parliament ultimately backs the new revision of Article 41 of the Constitution. In conversations with journalists, those close to the princess point out that Ingrid isn't one for making loud declarations and doesn't want her military service to turn into just another parade spectacle. For her, it's a real opportunity to learn how the country functions and to understand the issues that concern its citizens. Perhaps that's why she has managed to win so many hearts. It's expected that in the coming months, when Ingrid returns to public life, the royal court will provide more detailed comments about her next steps. Whether that means official receptions, new initiatives related to social projects, or even a continued military career remains uncertain. But one thing is already clear: the country has high expectations of the princess. Fully aware of her unique mission, she isn't afraid to keep moving forward. Overall, Princess Ingrid's story is one about how the monarchy can modernize without losing touch with its roots. Through her example, she demonstrates that royals are perfectly capable of working alongside everyone else, cherishing human warmth and respecting their fellow citizens. And it seems that this very approach is what has allowed her to quickly earn the status of the nation's hope. And if Parliament approves the amendments on regency for Ingrid, it will mark a new phase in the development of the Norwegian crown. The princess will show that she's ready to step in for her father when needed, continuing not only her military training, but also her political education. For the country, it's a clear signal. The monarchy isn't afraid of change and plans to remain an important institution that listens to its people. All in all, it's safe to say that the future of Norway will be closely intertwined with the name of Princess Ingrid Alexandra. She has already proven that she can combine royal traditions with a genuine closeness to ordinary people. Having won the love of her comrades and the admiration of the public, she returns to her duties inspired by new experiences and fully aware of the responsibility she carries for the country.